I genuinely believe that most people will be better off staying in the matrix. Do not ever take the free seat when you're entering into a room with strangers. The free seat is one of three things. It's either target, trap, or test. Because fighting the matrix, trying to escape the matrix, it requires work, knowledge, resources, all things that most people have no idea, no clue about it. When I see somebody that have lack skills, lack experience, lack connections, lack network, no strong positions anywhere, it always reminds me the first episode of John Wick, the son of the Russian mob, when the guy said, "No problem, Dad. I'm gonna fight John Wick. I'm gonna fix the issue." And the dad looks at me. The kid has no clue what he talks about, right? That's why presumably most people are simply better off staying in the matrix, following 9 to 5, working paycheck to paycheck, trying to build up something, trying to get the first home, first house, competing with BlackRock, etc. Right? But the main idea here is that if you follow the historic quotes and wisdom, if you can beat them, join them, right? Not everyone can be the leader. Caesar, Alexander the Great, these are singular figures who actually were either positioned. You have to read some mythology. You will find out that Aristotle was the actual mentor of Alexander the Great, right? So, for some people, there is a particular arrangement that helps them elevate their position to be successful in ventures that are very unusual. Most people are not like this. If you don't have the setup, and if you can't build a setup, because a lot of people weren't born, in the kingdom, but they were capable, they were resourceful. They spent a whole 4 years in college or university in the library, reading, preparing, backtesting, trying to save as much money as possible so they can run the side hustles, the businesses. Look at all the uh, 80, 90 years old billionaires, Warren Buffett type of way. Almost all of them started the same way, delivering newspapers, selling garbage bags door to door. Why? Because the side hustle niches at this time were the same. And the people who are successful today follow the same exact path and trajectory. Okay? You cannot deviate too much and expect to have a similar results. Look at all the people who are on top of the AI hype right now. The geeks, they cannot deviate too much. You're not gonna see some, crazy accountant from Wall Street to be on top of the AI hype, right? Wall Street was, of course, on top of the mortgage-backed security hype, was on top of the private equity, was on top of the real estate boom prior to the 08-09 financial crisis, right? They were on top of so many different hype cycles. But on this particular one, they're kind of behind, and they couldn't deviate too much from their own expertise, right? This is why I said a lot of people might eventually be better off joining forces with the Matrix than trying to fight, trying to escape. Uh, Funny, I personally, find very, very weird how even Andrew Tate stopped talking about his main subject matter, which was very interesting. I was very entertained watching his points of views about the subject matter. But I mean, genuinely ask yourself, can you really have the resources, the knowledge, the capacity, and what else you can build around yourself? When you enter into a room with strangers, you always want to make a pause. You want to scan all the people in the room. You identify someone that you think it's like you, and you go and you position yourself close by it. You don't go like a loser and without identifying who is in the room and take the only free seat. Because think about it, if the room is filled up with people that you don't know, that there are people standing, but no one has taken the free seat, there is a reason for it. Remember, it's one of three things. It's going to be a test. They want to test you. Who are you? Why are you there? How are you going to act? And of course, what you going to do after you took the seat? Are you going to mind your business? Are you going to look at them What is your next step? Is it going to be a trap? Similar to the movies where every single important person that has two cars, one on the front and one at the back, providing a security in case of a trap, right? This is the same situation. You have a one free seat, you have two people on each side of the free seat. This is the second important point. Third important point, it might be a test, right? Test, trap, and target, right? The target, something it is going to happen. It is planned to happen on this particular spot, and everyone else in the room knows that they should stay away from this free side. Okay? But you just enter the room, you don't know what's going on. And I've seen this many times. Just think about how many times you have used the public transportation. And there is one free seat. And the next stop comes in. No one stand up to make the free seat. The free seat has been there for a couple of stops. And there are people coming in, they just grab the free seat. Right? Just think about this without scanning, without identifying the situation. The seat might be dirty. They might something happened just a couple of minutes prior, something with the seat. Some people might have fought, something else might have happened over there. Other people around are not stupid standing. It's a very simple premature example. Things could be much more serious than this. This is why being always aware of your surroundings and making a quick pause, scanning, observing, analyzing, because this is the most common reaction, right? You identify someone who is like you, according to your own personal judgment. You position yourself close by them. You don't go and position yourself and you sit next to or stand next to a person who is completely opposite of you, right? Why? Psychologically, you want to make sure that you can predict the move of the person that is closest to you, who you can predict, someone that you think it's like you. So it's kind of you can predict what you would do in case of an emergency, in case of a ABCD situation. You don't want to sit to someone that you cannot really read psychologically. We got to strategically self-defense military type of mode, but realistically, this is probably the best way that you can not only position yourself, but collect information, preserve yourself, preserve your security, and also you may be able to put yourself in one of the strongest positions in terms of offense or defense, depending on the developments. But if you really think about it, the people who are not aware of their surroundings are the last people to find the way either to protect themselves or to fight back. Think about it. This is not something unusual or something out of the blue. This is something that I believe most people watching this video will be completely already experience situation like this where they enter into the room, right? And they just look all these strangers and they don't want to take the seat. I've seen even a lot of people that have uh, even higher precautious mechanism where they enter, they freeze, they stay next to the room when they just enter. They don't want to go further down. They don't want to scan. They don't want to make eye contact. They don't want to identify the people. Maybe they will be waiting a couple of minutes until someone else has entered the room. Everyone else will be distracted. So the people prior entering will have the opportunity to identify, to scan everyone else and plan their next move, the next position. I don't know. I hope a lot of people understood what I'm trying to say. If not, let me know.